So my role at Events by Reese Group is to work with our couples, coming up with a design for them. We want it to be their place. We want it to be their space.
Oh, wow. Oh my God.
Walk around and see. It's phenomenal, yes.
Oh my gosh.
Wherever you want to go, wherever your mind wants to take you, we can put you there. So about 12 months ago, Bridgette and Patrick came into our office with their love story, telling us, you know, how they had met, what they wanted to do, where they wanted to go with this. And of course, they wanted the best in San Antonio, so they had come to us.
Bridgette and Patrick together as a couple, so much fun, so much fun. Very relaxed, very laid back, very much into each other. Bridgette, she's this tiny little firecracker that walked in the door. She knew what she wanted. She knew how she wanted things to be.
She brought us an old magazine that had a picture of an event that we had done there at the McNay, and she just wanted the same thing on there. Our bride was a little blingy, so she wanted bling everywhere. She also wanted modern and contemporary, so that's where these big chandeliers came into place. Patrick, he wanted the color red to pop in the room. He wanted lots of, I guess, ambience in the room with the walls and the color and the washing of the walls. But especially, he wanted that color red to pop in the room.
It was my job to take that vision that she had and all the aspects of it, whether it's the linen, the floral, the lighting, and put it all together in one so that we could make her dream and her vision a reality.
My name's Patrick.
My name is Bridgette. I ended up meeting Patrick through my best friend and a friend of ours.
Like about 6 months after I ended up going to where she worked, I actually like magic. So, you know, I was doing this little trick and I was like, hey, do you believe in soulmates? Why don't you handle the cards? You go ahead and mix it. Give me 3 qualities. So she came up with the qualities. You've thought of your soulmate. Now I want you to put the cards face up and I want you to give me 10 numbers. And I want you to dial the number. And I have a feeling that whoever's gonna be on the other line will be someone you'll be talking to for a very long time. She pulls out the cards, she dials the number, and my phone starts ringing. So I answer it and I said, oh my God, hello? Oh my God, that's so weird, it's you.
And ever since then, I knew I wasn't gonna let him go. Technically, I started planning before I was proposed to, but I already had my wedding dress picked out, and it's the wedding dress I bought. Yeah. I jumped right in, and I wanted a wedding coordinator just simply because it just makes things so much easier, and whenever I do something, I like to go all out.
If I remember right, there were a couple of different planners that she was looking at, and I think that she was just happier with what Events by Reese had. She wanted a certain look, she wanted a certain feel to the wedding.
I wanted something modern, but still elegant. I saw the crystal chandeliers that Events by Reese had in one of their previous weddings, and I had to have them. Our first meeting was actually at the McNay. They had an open house, and I knew that Events by Reese was going to be there. We both showed up, and I was showing him the ballroom that I had fell in love with the McNay. It's really beautiful. And with us having people that are traveling overseas, I wanted to give them something that they wouldn't see over there, which is the art museum and the history behind this.
I think it's a good experience for them. They get to see a different place, and we all get to spend time with everyone that we care about. I'm very happy with how we planned.
I've been working with Miranda and Ryan and then Greg. Miranda, she's been there. She's answers all my phone calls whenever I need to vent, or she's calmed me down. Ryan's been great as far as coming up with the designs for the lighting. We're really excited to see what all they have put together with that. And Greg's been great too, as just far as being there, and anything that I've needed, he's like, just let me know. So I'm very, very pleased with what all they've done.
Coming up, we'll take a peek at Bridgette and Patrick's wedding ceremony. Enjoy your special day in lavish style at Kendall Plantation. Alterna Clinic, offering painless treatments to lose inches and cellulite, a healthy alternative to liposuction.
It is the big day. It's the day of Patrick and Bridgette's wedding. Now, when we arrive at the McNay Art Museum, it is essentially a blank canvas. We come in with all of our Events by Reese team. We, make sure the caterer has set out all of our tables. We put all of our linens down. Lily and the production team are putting the floral centerpieces together piece by piece, essentially. I mean, it really takes a whole team effort for all of this to come together.
Our team is passionate about our clients. They're great at details, design, most important, they aim to please, and that's what Events by Reese is all about. So of course, Events by Reese could not create these beautiful events without our secret weapon, our vendors.
Great Events and Rentals is a great vendor. We use them all the time. They are always right on par. In this case, we used their silver Chiavari chairs, and they also provided the photo booth for us for the evening. I couldn't have asked for a better rental company to work with.
So Ryan is our line director, and Ryan has the ability to visualize what the bride and groom are thinking, and together they can create a beautiful setup for the special day.
When Bridgette first came to me, she just showed me, again, just this photo that we had from our ad a couple years ago, and she just said, I want exactly that. The only thing though, we always want to make something a little bit different. From the wedding that she saw on the magazine had a teal, and what we provided for her was a totally different color contrast.
For Bridgette, what we're doing is on these big, huge rectangular walls here, we're going to wash it out with a nice purple color. The flowers are in red, the tables are in silver, so we thought, well, let's change it up. Let's give it more of a cool, wow factor.
All across the ceiling, we had modern chandeliers.
With these chandeliers, we actually, first off, rig them up on the ceilings, and then we throw down a chain that comes down, and then we put a black frame that creates whatever structure we want to put. Today, we wanted to do more of a square shaped, and then what we do is we hang all the crystal beads individually on the frame, and then that's how we get our design. I always thought it looked like raindrops just coming down. And you'll kind of see it tonight. So stay tuned.
So as our team is setting up, I'm just making sure that every detail is done, making sure that all the things that we have changed within the last 2 weeks get done, making sure that all the tables had enough candles, and that the linens were just perfect.
I have to be at the ceremony with my bride and groom, so I really am depending on my team to make sure that they are looking at the diagrams that I provide them and looking at our itemized list and our itinerary so that everybody knows where things are going, where they should be placed. And the lighting I was a little nervous about because it was a periwinkle, a combination of blue and purple, and I was a little nervous how it would make the room look, if it was going to be too dark, if it's going to complement the red. I don't get to see the final product until I get back to the reception hall later in the evening. So I really am depending on my team so that everything will be perfect and good to go before our bride and groom arrive. Now, being in the event industry, we always have to deal with vendors and venues that may have different guidelines. So due to the nature of the selection of the church that Bridgette and Patrick chose, we were unable to have our film crew there. They just want to keep it more private for the family and for the couple themselves. So when I arrived with all of her personal flowers, Bridgette and her girls are there getting ready, doing their final touches, putting their dresses on. I think she was ready to walk down the aisle and see her groom and make everything official. We were excited to get them down the aisle. We sent the bridal party down the aisle, and then here came Bridgette with her escort. When Patrick saw her for the first time coming down the aisle, the same calmness kind of took over him, and he was excited and ready to be able to call her his wife finally. After the ceremony, Bridgette and Patrick had limited time to take photos with their family and bridal party. So we're kind of hustling and bustling, make sure we don't miss anybody, get all those last minute photos in as guests are making their way over to the McNay Art Museum for their reception and cocktail hour.
After the break, it's the dramatic reveal.
Oh my God.
Share our history and begin your new life together at Lambermont.
We had our entire crew at the McNay Art Museum unwalking the space, making sure that we have everything we need, making sure that our sashes are in place just as the bride and the groom has requested it. I wanted to make sure that everything was perfect with Bridgette and Patrick.
Guests were shuttled over to the McNay Art Museum to get ready for cocktail hour. When they arrived there, the caterer was ready with an array of tequilas for them to try. They had a full tequila bar with different flavors of various tequilas. Again, another personal touch of Bridgette and Patrick, and something that they were excited to share with all of their family and friends. Bridgette and Patrick soon arrived to the McNay. We snuck them into the ballroom to give them their first sneak peek of the room. That's always my favorite part because I know what it looks like already inside, and I'm always anxiously waiting to see what their reactions are.
As I have them enter the room, I did something different this time. I asked them to close their eyes and I walked them in. When they opened their eyes, they were speechless. They were breathtaking.
Oh my God.
What do you guys think?
Thank you guys so much.
Their reaction was priceless. Bridgette's face, Patrick's reaction always gives me goosebumps when they see something like that, because it, I think, surpassed what they had expected, which is always what we want to do.
Well, walk around and see. It's phenomenal, yes.
Oh my gosh, the center, that's, it's so beautiful.
The centerpieces were standing on silver Vera vases. They were a combination of hydrangeas, tulips, roses, of course all in her favorite color, which was red, and she was overjoyed. The head table was set for 26 guests to include her bridal party and all of their dates, and we did a massive display across the entire length of the table. We also included large silver pots that had manzanita branches coming out of them. The painted cake did an amazing job, as always. Now her cake stood about 5.5 feet tall, and I actually had to stand on top of the table to make sure the height was correct with the chandelier that was going to be placed over it, so that it would be centered properly, and she was wowed by it.
They were so in love with the room that it was just kind of nice to see that everything we had done actually have worked out to their expectations. Good. Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
So you guys got a little scared. Thank you.
Up next, it's time to get the party started.
So after the sneak peek of the ballroom, we open the doors, we let all of the guests come inside. Once we get everybody inside and situated, we lined up the bridal party outside of the main ballroom doors and had them introduced couple by couple.
Amy Pena and Devin Nonbree.
We had them go directly to the head table for seating, and then we introduced Bridgette and Patrick as the new Mr. and Mrs. Once dinner was underway, I snuck off and let the best man and maid of honor know that we would be shortly doing the toast. Patrick's brother did a toast, and it was really heartwarming. They had lost their father not too long ago, and it was just one of those toasts where it just kind of pulled at your heartstrings. It was great.
So speaking for our family specifically, to Patrick, we are all proud of you, and we are proud of the man you've become. So why don't we all lift our glasses and congratulate Mr. and Mrs. Patrick and Bridgette Letonwa. You both look fantastic. I thank you all for being here today and for sharing this special occasion with us.
Bridgette and her fathers danced together. Again, was another special moment. They kind of let loose a little bit, and they just had a really good, fun time with their dance. Patrick opted not to have a groom's cake. Instead, he did something a little untraditional and had a sopapilla bar. So these were sopapilla cups. Now, I chose to enjoy the sopapilla bar while Greg chose to have some of the cake. It's delicious. Ice cream and sopapillas are always great together.
They danced throughout the night. The music continued. They were having a great time. So we decided to bring the living room into Patrick and Bridgette's wedding. The living room comes from the idea of the living room.
You know, that's a space that we want to invite people to come and sit down and share their stories with each other, to sit down and create new stories with each other, new opportunities to meet new people, new opportunities to create new memories and moments with each other.
All right, last call for all these single ladies.
So the guests were all having a great time. They were dancing, talking, and just enjoying themselves.
So as we're preparing for Patrick and Bridgette to leave for the evening, We lined up all of her guests. We actually invited them outside to the lobby area and to the stairs where the red Mustang Shelby was waiting for their departure. And we sent Patrick and Bridgette down the aisle of her friends and family, and they hopped into the red Mustang Shelby that was actually flown in from overseas. It's part of his collection, and off they went for the evening.
As I go back and think about how 12 months ago we started planning this wedding and how excited Bridgette, of course Patrick were, how everything came together, I can't help to think that this was really and truly an unforgettable wedding.
Overall, this was definitely an unforgettable wedding. Bridgette and Patrick had a great time. All of their guests really seemed to enjoy themselves, and I couldn't ask for a better team to work with at Events by Reese.
I just wanted to thank Events by Reese for making this such an amazing day for us. Everything to the last detail they got perfect. I could not even have dreamt of a wedding like this that I would ever have had.